Hi, in this video we'll be solving a sample problem under the topic forces and components of resultant of force system under the part static of rigid bodies of engineering mechanics. So the sample problem is determine the x and y component for each forces. So to begin, we have three forces here: the force A, the force B, and the force C. And the force A is upward to the right, and it has an angle of 45 degrees with respect to x-axis, and its horizontal component is horizontal to the right, and we call that AX, and its vertical component is upwards, that's we call it AY. X is upward to the left with an load of 150 kN and an angle of 30 degrees with respect to x-axis, and its horizontal component is horizontal to the left, that's BX, and its vertical component is upwards also, and that's BY. And for the force C, that is downwards to the right, and its horizontal component is to the right also, CX, and the vertical component is downwards, and CY. And you may notice that the C has a slope of 2:1. And to get the hypotenuse of square root of 5, just use the Pythagorean theorem. Since we have now identified the components of each forces, we will now proceed in computing the value of each components of each forces. So first A, or at first A, AX is equals to A cosine 45 degrees, and that's equals to 100 kilonewton cosine 45 degrees. And that would be 50 square root of 2, or approximately 70.71 kilonewton, and that is positive because it's going to the right. And for AY, that's simply A sine 45 degrees is equals to 100 kilonewton sine 45 degrees. And that would be 50 square root of 2, or approximately 70.71 kilonewton, and that is positive as well because it's going upwards. Next is for force B, or at force B. So that would be BX is equals to B cosine 30 degrees is equals to 150 kilonewton cosine 30 degrees. And that would be 75 square root of 3, or approximately 129.904 kilonewton. And that is negative because it's going to the left. And that's for BY. So that would be B sine 30 degrees, and that's equals to 150 kilonewton sine 30 degrees, and that's equals to 75 kilonewton, and that is positive because it's going upwards. And lastly, at force C, so that would be CX is equals C cosine theta x. Theta x because we don't have the value of an angle, and let's assume that the angle here and the angle inside the triangle are equal because of opposite interior angle by geometry. So that would be 200 kilonewton times the adjacent and the hypotenuse. So 1 and square root of 5. So 1 over, that would be equal to 89.448 kilonewton, and that is positive because it's going to the right. Next, for cy, that would be c sine theta x, that's equals to 200 kilonewton times the opposite over the hypotenuse, square root of 5. So that would be negative 178.885 kilonewton, and that is negative because it's going downwards. So now we have determined the x and y components for each forces. Thanks for watching.